These are the bizarre and fascinating underwater creatures of Hawaii. What's going on, guys? It's Ray here. Today we are on the Big Island at a spot called Honaunau Bay in search for something big. This bay behind me is known to house some of the most incredible marine creatures that Hawaii has to offer. Now, it's a perfect day. The weather is incredible. You can see the sea is like glass. It's incredibly calm and the visibility looks great. I'm very anxious to hop in the water, so let's do it. But just off here to the edge, you can see some yellow tang. There's a lot of fish, a lot of sea urchin. And what makes this place so unique is the reef is supposed to be so incredibly healthy, and there's supposed to be a lot of biodiversity here, which has me the most excited. Luckily for me, the waters around Hawaii are clear and warm year-round, making today's animal search pretty easy. Right off the bat, I was finding schools of yellow tang, goatfish, and some really bright and colorful coral. The Big Island is known for having the healthiest reefs in all of Hawaii, and I'm definitely seeing that up close today. My first cool animal find of the day was sitting right on the reef in about 30 feet of water, the venomous crown of thorns sea star. This sea star is actually invasive in the waters around Hawaii. It can be quite detrimental to the reefs. Why? Because they literally eat it, leaving behind a trail of white coral heads, and can grow to absolutely massive sizes, and yes, are armed with venomous spines. Although their venom isn't life-threatening, it can land you in the hospital with severe pain, swelling, and in rare cases, anaphylaxis. These sea stars are often removed on site, but without proper equipment, it's best to leave these guys alone. As I was scanning the ocean floor for octopus activity, I spotted one of the most alien-like and bizarre creatures in the ocean. Have any guesses? In my hands right here is one of the largest sea cucumbers I have ever seen. Sea cucumbers are closely related to sea stars and urchins, and actually have no brain, heart, or lungs. They mostly feed on plankton and slowly move around the ocean floor. Most snorkelers don't even notice sea cucumbers on the reef, but they're one of the more interesting creatures you can find in the waters around Hawaii. The Hawaiian ocean floor is dominated by creatures just like the sea cucumber, especially by their close cousins, the sea urchin. This right here is a long-spined sea urchin, sometimes referred to as a black-spined sea urchin, which looks even more bizarre out of the water, and yes, is armed with venomous spines that can put you into a world of pain. Definitely not something you would want to get stung by. One of my favorite urchins is this one right here, called the collector urchin. They're a literal living ball of spikes, and are relatively safe to interact with. It's always a treat to find a collector urchin on the reef. Throughout this entire adventure, Selena and I could both hear dolphins off in the distance. Although we never saw them like we did just a few days prior, it's a pretty wicked feeling knowing a pod could just be out of sight. And that's one of the most interesting parts of exploring the ocean. Anything can be just beyond your sight line. While definitely a little unsettling, it's what makes ocean exploring so much fun. As we made our way along the outer ridge of Honaunau Bay, I spotted one of the deep ocean animals of Hawaii, a spotted eagle ray. Eagle rays are one of the most majestic ocean animals on the planet, and definitely hold a very special place in my heart. Eagle rays are mostly bottom feeders, meaning they hunt for things like mollusks, crabs, eels, and even octopus. They're also one of the friendliest ray species on the planet, and are always a treat to see in shallow water just like this. As we continued to explore Honaunau Bay, we were continuously surrounded by beautiful schools of fish, eels, and more sea urchins than we could count. But after a while, the sun did start to get low in the sky, so we hopped out of the water. Hawaii may not be the most biodiverse location for land animals, but it more than makes up with that with its incredible biodiversity underneath the waves. And in case you missed it, go back and see our wild encounter with a pod of spinner dolphins, and even our insane humpback whale adventure. But until next time, I'm Ray Tiller, and I'll see you guys on the next adventure.